I think there is a certain amount of trust that you have. There is something called a balance in a relationship. There is something called trust. There's something called friendship. And I think all of that comes first. And when portions of that break, and when parts of the fake comes forward, or maybe when the real is not accepted, is when infidelity is the last step of it.
Hi guys, this is Ankita. You're tuned into ppmoon.com, and today for the trial we have with us Kajol, Suparn Varma and Jisshu Sengupta. Starting with the one who has been all over the news first. Kajol, you have been walking with a certain kind of expression and determination in the last couple of days, whatever public appearances I'm seeing.
Oh!
It feels like you are still in the character.
Was it the pap one where I was pissed? Where I was walking with I like the way you put it, determination. That's
because
a nice way of put it.
I thought it was like your character, what I saw after that
know.
trailer.
It was just because I was a little angry at that point of time. Yes.
But to take that question ahead, is it difficult for you to ever give up a character easily?
Very easy.
Cut bolte.
Cut bol do.
Fir khatam.
The character is khatam. My own character is too strong for it to be overpowered by any character that I play.
I'll
Professional actor.
I'll take that.
That's my job.
What an answer.
Jisshu, there is a strange coincidence I have noticed. Please correct me if I take this
this
wrong.
coincidence
I can
even
see this
have
question
noticed.
coming.
I can see this question. Can I ask him this question?
Husband. Husband.
You have been everybody's husband.
No.
Right? Sabka pati, hamara pati.
No.
Acha,
question.
yeah.
That's a new question.
okay.
Ready.
What is this with you and all these Bengali actresses and the powerhouse performers, Rani, Vidya, and now Kajol? I am not getting you the husbands. I am not getting you the husbands and the categorization. But there is something with the Bengali
Black magic.
I like that. You can title it Bengali Black
But
Magic.
when-
Bengali women are really powerful. Look at
They
him.
are.
I mean, and he's a Bengali man.
Look at him. Why?
Magnet.
Okay, no. Coming back to your question, yes, I don't know. It just happened. It is. I've worked almost with all the Bengali directors also.
Okay. Yes, of course.
I started here. I started with Shamji Sham Benegal. It was in 2002, I guess, with Netaji the Forgotten Hero. That was my first Hindi project. After that, I've been only working with. In the beginning, I was only working with the Bengali directors, and of course, then the Bengali heroines also. I actually thought that abhi husband or nahi karunga, but at the end of the day, I can't, the living legend sitting. I'm a huge fan of Kajol, so there's no two ways about it. So when I got an opportunity to play this character, I said I can't, impossible. But at the same time, this character is very, very different than whatever I've played earlier, which is a good husband. I'm here. I'm a very good husband here also. You'll get to know when you see the show. But with a tinge of salt.
In which universe are you the good husband in this show?
I believe.
Who allowed you to say this?
I believe.
Achha, you believe, okay.
This is my
His belief system is all faulty, which is all fine.
He
Ask
believes that the
Kajol,
show
ask
should have been
Kajol.
called The Good Husband.
And he's too old to play with it.
But yeah, I couldn't, because the way he narrated the story and the character of Rajiv Sengupta is so layered. I couldn't, leave this character, and I couldn't say no, and I don't have the guts to say no.
He's basically saying I conned him into playing the good husband, which is not.
I get that now. But out of the three, if I have to ask you, you will not say just because Kajol is sitting here, who was the most difficult to work with in terms of matching up the pace or, the craft wise?
I have a name in my mind. That is not Kajol for sure.
Definitely. We all have a name in our mind, but that is
so I
not
can't
any one
say
of
that
the three
name.
people on the stage.
I can't say that name. I have a name, I promise you.
But we don't
I'll ask
want
you
to say that
afterwards
name.
then.
I don't want to say that name. And I worked with her also.
Also, okay.
I worked with her, and I don't want to work with her.
My name and your name is different?
Very different. Because I assumed, but
I also said that.
इतना gender ही बदल दिया.
Oh, very smart you are.
he's not.
Sit back, we'll have this conversation
आराम
later.
से-
बाद में बात करते हैं.
कॉफी के बाद कॉफी चाय पे चर्चा करेंगे.
ड्रॉप हो गए हैं आज. So coming to Suparn. Suparn, what's with you and these legal
Would you
talk
not ask
drama?
Suparn, who's the one that he's found
Yeah,
couples to
yeah,
work with?
yeah, why not?
हम दोनों का नाम तो फिर भी समझ में आता है.
Later, I'll come on to that question. End में बताना.
हाँ.
Suparn, what's with you and these legal tort dramas? Like some real good work we have seen in the recent past as well. But what's in these legal dramas when everyone say they're thrilling and they're exciting? But as a director, as a writer capacity also, what do you think can actually go wrong which you really have to, take a control of?
Okay. So this is technically my second legal drama. Banda was a film which I produced, and I think it was a very important issue to have addressed.
Yes, it was.
It was much needed, and to have a conversation around POSCO and stuff. With Good Wife, the Good Wife is not a legal drama per se. Okay. Yes, there is a legal backdrop. Yes, Jisshu Sengupta is a lawyer, and 20% of the episode, every episode deals with a case that she's fighting. But it's actually a relationship drama. It is a highly, charged emotionally show which examines various facets of her as a wife, as a friend, as a mother, as a professional, in a corporate setup, kind of trying to find her feet back again after 15 years of coming back to the profession of having taken a break and being judged for it. Exactly. At the same time, grappling with a personal scandal that is kind of broken loose, protecting her daughters from it, who are very, very young. So it's about many more things. But what the legal, universe that she lives in does for us is it brings about many more interesting conversations that we can bring about and have, which a normal drama may not necessarily bring about. If she was, say, an advertising professional, which of course is a very interesting universe, but with legalities, you can discuss things like justice, about life being fair or not, about her making certain choices as a legal person as compared to do that in a personal life, which are very different and contrasting, because there she is just doing her job. In real life, you may not do that at all. And that's a big distinction to kind of live by and learn. So that's a very interesting universe to kind of explore, right? And I like having fun with that.
We also see, like, when the trailer opens, the infidelity part of it. But if I have to ask you, what counts as cheating in a relationship for anyone?
So these days, I think the world has changed so much that there's all kinds of infidelity. I mean, right down to, having an Instagram account and liking someone's post or sliding into their DMs can also be infidelity if you choose to. And the world is opened up in ways that today there are polyamorous couples and there's ethical polyamory happening at the same time. There are all kinds of conversations. Sexuality is opened up to where it's not just about LGBTQIA++. I mean, there is so much more. We live in a world where having access to people, everybody is talking, everybody is reachable, everybody wants validation, everybody wants to be liked, and everybody is being judged all the time. It's a very intense universe that we live in. I think especially the Gen Z are living in a universe which is, I think, scarier. Emotionally, they're also in a vacuum where I think getting intimate with someone has become more easy than actually emotional intimacy, which, because we live in a world of upgrades where it's just like technology, right? Every year you have a new phone. You never know who is, when you have found someone who's perfect for you, you always think there's someone better, there's someone more. And I think during COVID, in fact, I had a lot of friends who moved in with each other. They realized that they can't be alone, they can't be lonely, and maybe they've been chasing the wrong things. And a lot of people in the mid-20s or 30s suddenly find an emotional vacuum. They have been through so many people, they don't even know where they stand, who they are, what they want. So it's an interesting universe that we live in. And in that, a relationship drama which is adult and mature, we get to examine a lot more facets.
Any one of you who wants to add?
What is your definition of
infidelity?
What's my definition of infidelity? Honestly, I have always believed this, that I think infidelity comes much later. I think there is a certain amount of trust that you have. There is something called a balance in a relationship. There is something called trust. There's something called friendship. And I think all of that comes first. And when portions of that break, and when parts of the fake comes forward, or maybe when the real is not accepted, is when infidelity is the last step of it.
That's right. What about you?
That's very true what she said, actually. In fact, trust is the most important part in a relationship. If you don't trust someone, it's finished. From the day one, I know for a fact that person say that I love you at the end of the day, but I don't trust you. How does that fit in? If I love someone, I will trust that person. So
You should trust that.
It should, but that's the basic thing of loving someone.
Exactly.
So infidelity actually ये बहुत
It's a much bigger discussion. Also, it's by
Yeah,
choice, right?
it's
You're
a-
with someone by choice. There are so many things you try
if
to
you're
forgive,
thinking
let go.
if you're
So,
with
yeah.
someone you're thinking or someone else can be also a infidelity. So let's not get into every single person has got
A different
types
That's
of
why I asked a different definition because
so it is all up to us how we put it. But at the end of the day, I believe this trust is very important in any kind of relationship. Any. Can be friends.
At
can
least
be
in that
your-
moment, if you can trust the person, or the person looks you in the eyes and says, I love you, then you know the feeling is real or not. Everything else is a secondary discussion.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Kajol, yesterday something fun happened at the trailer launch. Not that you guys were there on the stage. It is just the backstage discussion.
I was just thinking that only. I said, what did I miss?
No, it doesn't mean anything. We all were discussing in general that while Madhuri did Fame Game, Ravina did Aranyak, what took you so long to finally pick up a show and come? Not that anyone is complaining, we are very excited to see you in the long format. But what was it like?
You know, I've had so many discussions over the years with a lot of people who've come up to me with shows. But somehow or the other, it just never felt right. And for me to do something, to do anything for that matter, I need to feel absolutely comfortable with the people, the script, everything in it. Yes, you were a part of it, Suparn. You were, I have to say. And you justified my faith. So, sit down, well done. But yeah, it just somehow never came together. It just somehow never came together. And I think I think at the end of the day, you know, everything happens for a reason. Maybe it was always meant to be, you know, this one, the trial, to start off in the
And plus,
beginning.
you're very selective with your work, we all know. If it
I'm just
doesn't
getting
excite you.
pickier and pickier and pickier.
With work and people, very
Yeah.
choosy. Good,
She
thank
is,
God.
that I know. That, I think, if you just follow her trajectory, no, she will not do a film just for the sake of it. She's going to do when she likes it. She said it 100 times. So I'm like, okay, what's about the
I've
series?
said it also and I've done it also.
You have done it also. And lastly, because I know we are finishing with the time, fun question only. One fun question.
Okay.
Have
Only
any only one? Yeah, time. Have any one of you has ever been on the other side of the law in the growing up years? Your first brush with law in any form. You have fun.
I've been to a court because I had a FIR against me, which I had nothing to do with. So the backdrop of it was there was a show happening which I said no to. Some organizer has signed on behalf of me and took money, and then I was obviously not there, and obviously they had a FIR against me, and I had to go to the court, a criminal court, and I learned one thing: whoever you are, when the judge calls your name, you have to stand up and put your hand up and say, I am Jisshu Sengupta. And I had to do that. And it was a decade back. And just embarrassing is a very small word. And where I have got nothing
to do, especially.
And with entire media knew about it, everything, everyone. Even the people who, the organizing committee, the guys, they also knew that I was not a part of it, but they had to because they need the money back. And I have got nothing to do with it. It was not only me, there were other actors also. There were like 4 of us. So we had to go, and not here. That also, it's a place called Siliguri,
Yes.
which is in North Bengal. And there, like,
Oh my
being an
God.
actor, going to a session court of a criminal court, and you stand when the judge is calling.
It makes you feel like, you know, when you're standing in front of the camera saying, "Hi, this is Kajol." That one.
Absolutely. And you know, because it is not the only case that judge is having.
Yeah.
So there's a guy who's a chore. Probably there's a guy who's sitting there, say smuggling करते हुए पकड़ा गया, कुछ भी है. So those guys are there and they're looking at.
He's like, "Ah."
Jisshu, I saw that. And I was like,
I love my fans.
We can't take a selfie. This
So
is
this was
really-
my experience. Other side of the law, yeah.
Suparn, Kajol, anyone?
Well, I went to a courtroom. My father passed away when I was 4.5 in a bus accident. So I think I'd gone, 7-8 years later with my mother to the court. Quite excited that I'm going to see a real life court to get the check that the government gives when someone dies in an accident or some shit like that. So yeah, it was a very boring lighting, dimly lit place, very dreary, pakau. I was waiting to see some drama, something will happen, some dialogue will happen, because you've seen courts in movies, right? Kyunki khada hoga bolega, Tariq, my lord, kuch bhi nahi. They came, they went to the judge, they mumbled, tumcha nao, ha, okay, take, talk. I'm like, that's it? No drama?
You were so disappointed.
I was so disappointed. I was like, no.
No.
So yeah, that was my only
So no,
experience.
sorry, I have had only filmy occasions to be in court.
That's it.
That's it.
But yes, I like this one, ki no drama.
That's why we make
One
shows,
was
yeah.
I was
drama,
equally
one was no
disappointed.
drama, and one
One hasn't
was
been to
filmy
the-
drama.
Drama.
The trial.
Pyar Kanan Dhoka.
Yeah.
Pyar
14
Kanan.
July. अभी तो
Yeah.
Disney Hotstar बोल दे.
Disney Plus Hotstar specials.
Uh,
Oh, one trailer voice. The Trial, Pyar Kanun Dhoka, July 14, coming on Hotstar specials. Pushna mat kya hai?
It's a very serious show. Please watch
it
it.
is.
I
highly
am
emotional.
not going to go by it. Before I started the interview, I'm going to end with the same line. I don't think they are going to
No,
make
don't
it
say
sound-
that. Don't say that.
अरे बहुत emotional show है यार.
It's a very
But
emotional show.
They have given probably the best interview for the most serious show, because if this is how the chemistry looks like here, I'm really excited what I'm going to see.
We're very
on
good
film.
actors, huh? Don't worry.
Listen, you don't need our validation for that.
Tension
Everyone
mat lo.
knows.
Tension mat lo. We are good actors.
We don't need any you don't need validation from
Certificate है
me.
घर पे.
तुम तो कोर्ट भी गए थे.
This is the selfie next time. Huh? But thank you so much. Wishing you all the best. Looking forward to this one. And I hope you also have thought about seasons
In the
already.
coming.
Yes.
First we are getting the fifth season. पहले ना
हाँ.
वो second season में आएगा. और
We're doing a
second one थोड़ा
we are doing
हम लोग
a
इधर-उधर
time
कर रहे
jump.
हैं. Yeah.
Oh,
And
okay.
time loop.
She's
And time
serious.
travel.
She's serious.
And prequel.
I'm like, okay, this
But
is
she's-
confusing.
She
You're
thinks
serious?
you're serious.
I actually am like, okay.
No.
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 Don't do this to me.
The show is very serious.
Yeah.
I am
We are not,
finishing.
but the show is very serious.
And we'll say goodbye very seriously. Like,
Yeah,
thank
goodbye.
you.
बहुत शरीफ लोग हैं हम लोग.
Thank you so much.
Thank you
for
so much.
Thank you so
hearing
much.
us. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Namaskar.
Namaskar.